Yeah, not that I know of. Pulling that up. I see you in there. Thank you. Here, you can take care of your bug. I'll update this. Yeah, Gina Schultz. You think she's coming? Okay, great. Did you fill this out from the recording? Okay.
Dark.
Yeah, better to see the projection by.
How are things going for you?
Going pretty good.
Good. Somebody's joining.
Yep. Oh, and I need to get the Bluetooth on the speakers. Let's see here. Let's see. How do I get Bluetooth on the laptop? Bluetooth. Bluetooth and other devices settings. Okay. Now discoverable as WSIC Surface. Oh, looks like it connected. So now, I turn up the volume. Why is it not? Okay.
So it shows off on the Bluetooth up there now. Is that off?
Yeah, we want that on. Okay, wait. Then I go over here to SMI USB audio. STR is. Hey, Cheryl, do me a favor and say something. You'll have to unmute for that.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you over the speakers. Wonderful.
Okay.
Nice song.
Yeah, that's the new speakers. Very, very pleased with
Yeah,
those.
Very, very good, good quality song.
Yes, well, he did the hardware. We just didn't have the remote for him to, and we found the remote afterwards. But yeah, it's all good. Yep. He has done everything we paid him to do. I'll put it that way. Okay. Can I print that from here? Right. Yeah. Well, I think we're just gonna have a plain one today. Okay. Sign in, name. What else do we want? Name, phone number,
Yeah, I think that's all you just need to name, phone number, maybe.
name and role. Okay. All right. All right, are you gonna join us on Zoom?
Great.
Perfect.
Morning. You started real late today.
Oh, yeah. All right, see you there. Bye.
So on the morning cycle. Got a lot of stumps down in the garden down there. Stumps are rounds, I guess.
Hey, Gina.
Rounds.
I'm trying to figure out how to get this so that it will actually show my face.
Those lights on in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in order for us to see the screen on the projector, that's the downside of using a projector. Let me see if I. Wait. Okay.
You need to rotate the camera. Looks like you're doing that right now.
Well, the problem is I have to tip it down. Okay,
There you go. Right done.
yeah, that's exactly what we want. Well, let's see.
So this is the other direction, you'll be right.
Right, yeah. Okay, get that out from there. There we go.
You know, you need a little to the right and a little bit down, and you got it. You go in the opposite direction.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. It won't go down. So that's why it's constantly staring at my forehead.
Just gonna put a little riser in the back.
Yeah. We do that.
Yeah, you kind of have to prop it up like the projector is being propped up.
Okay.
Riser would make sense to prop it up with.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see. I'll find something.
Office. I got a big bucket to it.
Do you enjoy those 2 days of sun?
But yeah, we got a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things are, my grass is growing real well.
I'm inspired.
I finally found a good irrigation guy that can work on irrigation. And get things fixed, so I got that all fixed. You know, but if you need somebody
Okay.
that's knowledgeable there, perfect, you just chose the right exactly, right in the middle of the screen.
Yep. Now, okay, let me readjust the projector. Let's see if we dare turn the lights on.
I think you probably can, looking as our dark as it's coming behind you.
Yeah.
Those three in
Right
the
over
left,
there.
the three in the left.
Thank
Or two
you.
in the left. One's on already.
No, I don't want to add apps. Let's enlarge that.
Or you remember the NRA there? Or that's just a.
I got a story behind this hat.
Okay,
Oh, we're gonna hear the story.
My brother was a lifetime member of the NRA. And when I took over his estate, he had 34 apple boxes full of papers that he had collected from the post office.
Yeah.
And there was probably one box of nothing but NRA asking him to make a donation.
Yeah.
And then after getting 2 to 3 NRA pamphlets every week, I finally contacted him and I said, my brother has early on-stage Alzheimer's. He doesn't know if any of his guns are loaded. He's got 48 rifles and shotguns and 38 pistols and about 500,000 rounds of ammunition.
Yeah.
Like this, is this somebody you want to be a member? And that's the last I heard from him.
I love it.
Other than that,
That's how they end the conversation.
Yep.
well, he had donation requests from every Indian group in Arizona, New Mexico, and on and on and on. We had 4 spreadsheets for a 2-month period of all of the mail he was getting for donations. And only about 50% of them had a number that you could contact, to have them stop giving it.
But I think that's one of the tests they use, see, once you get to 70 years old, they give you the mental capacity test.
That's it. Well,
And they give you the mental capacity test, and if they get, if one of them says, well, I got a $20 donation, they'll sell that to everyone else, and then they'll all come after you.
Yeah.
I wore this hat to Thai Princess in the hospital out in Silverdale.
Yeah.
And an old gentleman came by and said, well, are you a member of the NRA? I said,
All right,
"No."
we're ready to get started.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all for coming to the West Side Improvement Club meeting. We've got quite a few people on Zoom. Let's see here. Let's do a roll call of the officers and make sure we've got a quorum. President, oh wait, no. We are supposed to do a flag salute first. That's right. Rex, you gonna go get that?
Right there.
Look at him. All right,
Somebody got it out already.
Yeah.
all right. I'm gonna wear a hat. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
America.
and
And
to the
to
republic
the
which
republic which
stands
stands
one
one
nation,
nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice
with
for all.
justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call of the officers. President Matthew Barrett here. Vice
Vice President.
President,
Here,
we need to change that. Kayla Sullivan. Swap your name out there. Oh, no, you're secretary. That's right. Vice President Chandra Kay is here. Boy, I need to get caught up here. Treasurer Brandy Wallace. She said she'd be here. Secretary Kayla Sullivan.
Here.
You got to be here because you're the one going through the document. Appreciate you there. Board members, Sally Gill. Ashley Bridges. Susie Mapes.
I'm here.
Cheryl Elstrand.
Here.
We have, what is that? 5 out of 8. Yeah, that's a quorum. We've got some members signing in. We've got John Becker, Rex Tauscher. We've also got Greg Mitchell here. Kayla, that's it for all of us here. There's just the 4 of us here, me, Rex, John, and Greg here at the building. So the rest of the attendance you can take on Zoom. You can see who is listed in the participants there. We do have one guest, Gina Schultz, will be speaking.
did anybody not have their name read? I think that was everybody.
That looks like everyone to me.
Yep. Who we got on Zoom, just so we know. Let's see here. For whatever reason, Zoom didn't. It's not giving me the display where I can see who's on Zoom. So, oh, here we go. So we've got Gina and Kayla. We've got, oh, that is everybody. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. All right. Well, the important people are here. Appreciate y'all coming. So the March 2023 general meeting minutes were emailed out ahead of time. Oh, were they not emailed out?
Literally right before the meeting.
All right, everyone check your emails, give you a chance to read.
Can you enlarge your Zoom?
See. So,
Left-hand corner where it says 100% drop down screen on the. If you could make it 150, right to the left of where it says normal text.
where are we talking?
On the document,
Oh. Yes,
there you go.
150.
Yes, please. Thank you.
There we go. Yeah. That'll be better for everybody. All right,
Well, people can read it.
It wasn't.
give everybody a minute or so more to read those minutes.
They weren't there. So.
Maybe I'm not on the list anymore.
No,
Well, I can pull them up here and drive.
either one is all.
And since I'm screen sharing, put that at 150%. More. That's 200%. That's would you like to? Go ahead.
Yeah, normally we would have these printed out. Apologize for that, everybody.
Yeah, it's been a rough day. But we have really figured out how to get the sound over the speakers, so I'm calling this a win.
Really good quality speaker.
Yep. Just had a little bit of a jump there, let people catch up.
Brandy's on her way in. Something came up that she'll be here very shortly.
Life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. I feel for her. Somebody asked me today for my 3 favorite quotes. That was one of them. John Lennon. And boy, if that doesn't sum up his life.
Mhm.
I move that we accept the meeting minutes as written.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing no objection, motion carries. Now have the reading of communications. Any significant communications that anyone has to share? Yes, Rex.
Newsletter that NARF just sent out. Notification that Derek Kilmer will be speaking on Monday. Regarding the Naval Hospital thing.
To NARF.
Yes,
Excellent.
and also on. Debt ceiling negotiations
Excellent.
and it's efforts to improve access and medical services in Kitsap County. And specifically restaffing of the Naval Hospital. And also Kitsap County Power Grid. And its support for the new electric vehicles that are planning for the area.
What time is that on?
It's at 1 o'clock on Monday.
Perfect.
Yes,
Yes, I will be there.
Monday, the 8th,
It's open to the public.
Yeah.
always open to the public.
How many people do you usually get?
Depend, when we had the the Gorse bottleneck meeting, they had the whole committee that was up here. Kilmer was with them when they did that, and it's the same day that the garbage truck turned over on the way to Gordon and backed cars up all the way to Silverdale. So we got good coverage in the Kitsap Sun.
I
Kitsap
bet you
Sun
did.
Reporter was up here and he went down and took pictures of the,
And that's a 2-hour meeting?
probably 1 hour. He's scheduled to speak for 1 hour,
Okay,
probably from 1 to 2.
1 to 2. All right. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to be here for that discussion of the power grid. Matter of fact, I know somebody else is gonna want to be there. Just a second.
Assuming they will get to leave their office in Washington DC and come home. I mean,
At least that's about the time of the year they come home, about Easter now, just after Easter.
Okay. Kayla, NARF has a silent E. Just so you know. Excellent.
they
Thank you.
For the employees.
Employees.
federal employees.
Yep.
Retired and current federal employees.
Excellent. All right. And report of committees. Membership committee. Kayla, Chandra, what do we have to report?
Yeah, let me pull up the document really quick. Everyone should have got their new membership cards in the mail. If you have not, let me, send me an email or a text message, just get in contact with me and I'll remedy that. Our current count. We are at, I believe, 101.
It's not. I can make it. 200. Pause. We have had a request to increase magnification.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
I believe our numbers are right around 101. We are up to 107 or 105 members, sorry. We had a
Excellent.
large jump from the homeschool families. So they
Okay.
all joined in the membership. And so they have also received junior kids club, the kids club invites, so that hopefully we can get that targeted audience to participate in the kids club and start doing the teen nights and things like that.
Excellent.
Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to report.
All right. Finance committee, is Brandy here yet? How about bingo?
She just mentioned that she is getting x-rays currently and she thought she'd be done by now and she isn't. Teresa, sorry, she.
Sounds like everyone's having a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you don't want to rush x-rays among the many, many things you don't want to rush. Building improvement, while we're waiting for either of them to come here, can you give us a rundown on where we are at on building improvement?
Yes, so we had 2 different quotes for upgrading and updating the parking lot and the breaker box at the club. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. And then there was, from my understanding, there is one breaker in the kitchen that keeps being tripped, and because it's connected to another high power source. So they've actually both recommended adding in or splitting, giving the refrigerators basically their own circuit. So that they're on their own.
Okay,
And I'm trying to find it. I apologize. But the numbers have been sent to the board so far, but we have not. Okay, what is it under? Electrical bid. Okay, so we had one from George's Electric. If you are able to. Let's see if I can pull this. Oh, it's not an attachment. It's just in the direct. Bear with me, guys. Sorry.
all right, well, so those quotes will be reviewed by the board, I think is where we're going with this, right? This isn't
Yeah, I
something-
wasn't sure if it needed to
general
be
membership.
approved by the membership or the board first. So that's where I was.
Yeah. So the board has authorization to spend, I believe it's up to $1,000 without the general membership
This
approval.
will be, yeah, this will be a situation where we need the membership approval.
So, yeah, the membership will be hearing about this once the board picks. Yeah. Did I hear somebody enter? Who do we got here? Is that Brandy?
Yes, sorry I'm late. I'm here.
Sorry, I'm late too.
Oh, and
This
Sally,
is Sally.
Sally too.
I fell asleep.
That's, that's a mood. I just realized, those of you who are here physically with me, I can turn up the sound. Does anybody want me to turn up the sound? Loving the new speakers.
Yes,
All
please.
right.
I can't hear you.
All right. So, since Brandy is here, I would actually like to, hold off on the rest of our committee reports and go to our guest. We drop down to new business, and Gina Schultz would like to address the West Side Improvement Club.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for giving me this time. I appreciate it very much. Can y'all hear me? Am I good? Okay, good.
Yeah, we can hear you here in the club.
Thank you. So my name is Gina Schultz. I'm a local real estate broker. I've been working this market since 2007, so I'm familiar with all the neighborhoods, that sort of thing. Coming out of the pandemic, I'm kind of shifting my business to development, and I've developed a couple of business plans that I think are really interesting. Anyway, my own personal background, my dad passed like 20 years ago. I have like 3 daughters, and as they get older, we've had a conversation about there's not like a tree or a rock or anything. He was cremated, so he's just like on my stepmom's nightstand, So I came up with a project to develop little pocket parks that are actually they're cemeteries. It's property dedicated as cemetery, but it's more I'm not looking to bury caskets or anything like that. It's more of a columbarium type project. So there's a huge columbarium park in Queen Anne that I've seen some pictures at. I haven't actually been there, but they look spectacular. It's almost like a library.
You said
this is-
columbarium?
It's a columbarium. It's where you
Hmm.
put, it's like a tall monument. It has a bunch of niches in it that you like insert like urns.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
had to Google it. A room
Yeah,
or
yeah.
building with niches for funeral urns to be stored. So this would be, a local memorial.
Like it's almost like a little neighborhood park.
Yeah,
And so I did this a couple months ago. I mean, there's a lot of, I even sent it to the Kitsap County comp plan because one of their goals is to retain the assets that they already have. So as part of my due diligence, I did a lot of the due diligence of how to dedicate property because once you dedicate it as a final resting place, you can't change the use of it. So, so there's a little bit of nuances that I could send this brochure to you. It has a lot of the due diligence, but I was showing property last week over on G Street and Charlotte, and there's that vacant lot right on one of those on the southeast corner of that intersection that used to be the senior center. And it's a vacant lot right now. It's fenced around, and I thought that would be a really good lot if you're thinking about investing in your neighborhood. And it would be, there's just right now with all of the landscape and all the trees and all that blooming right now, it just really inspires me to kind of spread the word about these little business plans that I put together. Do you think
Okay.
that would be something that your members would like to talk about or have any interest in?
I might make a comment on that. The area that they're talking about used to be directly where the fire station used to be in the senior center. The fire station was above, was right next to the senior center. It also was the water district for Navy Yard City. They used to have their office in there where the commissioners used to be. And the question I would have, is that really an area that you would want to put in a not disposal, but columbary park? Because you've already got the big cemetery going up off of Kitsap Way, which has a multi-story ash or cremated vaults in their facility. So you're going to be competing with another company or cemetery for burial. So that was the only comment I had.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So, yeah, that's certainly worth considering.
Yeah.
I do want to point out the property that she's talking about. I came over here. You guys know how I feel about this quilt.
Yeah,
So two of the squares on this quilt refer to West Side Senior Center
yeah,
and the old fire hall.
yeah.
So those were both on that property, and that property was at one point
County.
part of the stewardship
Yes.
of the West Side Improvement Club. We had a level of stewardship over the old fire hall and over the senior center that are no longer on that property. So this is something we can be thinking about. But as I understand your question then, Rex, is
Are we allowed to compete with other businesses that provide that service in the area less than a mile away?
It's actually it's a business plan. So I think
Yeah.
that you would be kind of impressed with the numbers that I put together. Just
Would that
in,
be a nonprofit group then?
it's not a nonprofit at all. It's a business plan.
And who would manage that particular plan?
Well, I mean, it could be, you can create a corporate, an LLC. You can create however you want to create the administration or structure of the organization that you'd want. You would first, there's a process that you have to do. You go to the state cemetery and funeral board to apply for an authorized fiduciary. And that person is the one assigned to like open the niches and do the work of the cemetery. There's the trustee who is the fiduciary that reports all of the business to the state. And it's a money it's a for-profit business plan. So it's
Are we sure that the property that's there isn't belong to the county? Because that's where the library used to be also, which was half of the senior center. And then when the senior center was removed, the library was also removed.
Matthew, do you know who owns that property?
I don't. I can look it up. Yeah. So I think at this point, sounds like, yeah, I can go look up who, how it's zoned and who already owns it. I've got access to title records. So
Just another quick comment. The property directly across the street from that area used to be a gymnasium for the county sheriffs. And then it was going to be bought by crematorium. And they were going to use it for disposing of bodies and getting ashes. And the whole neighborhood objected to that and they moved elsewhere. So just another thing that we're looking at, the usage of the property.
yeah,
So my business plan does not include, it's just like a
Yes.
park. It's like developing a park, a final resting place.
yeah, I
It's,
saw the note in the comments that this would be much more like a park than a cemetery.
Yeah. Like a good example would be over in Tracyton. There's the Methodist church, and then across the street from that is this beautiful small little park
Right.
with huge trees, and there's a bench. It's just a little quiet, kind
Yeah.
of meditative place. It's really nice.
I've been there, and it really is beautiful.
Mhm, mhm.
So, all right, so what would you be looking for as far as support from the club?
Well, number one, I just wanted to thank you so much for the time to present this.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to answer more questions or pass this brochure along so you can talk about it more amongst yourselves. And then I printed out all of the forms you fill out. You have to apply to the state. And then after you get that, you go to the county, Kitsap County. The owner of the property dedicates either the entire parcel, or you can just develop sort of a portion of the parcel for a cemetery. You just have to like have rows and columns to designate this is where this person is, or some sort of thing like that.
Right, right.
There's also actually a thing called a scattering garden, where there's not even niches, you just scatter it,
It's a place that is reserved for the scattering of ashes. That makes sense.
I mean, there's a need just for like to have an event space, to have like your friends over and, like a going away party kind of thing.
Yep. Okay. So if anyone is interested, I can put you in touch with Gina and we can get copies of that brochure that you're talking about. And apart from spreading the word, is there anything that club members can do if they want to support this or find out more?
Just contact me and I can download all my due diligence that I find out myself. It's really interesting.
That does sound interesting. All right, and I would love to see that space turn into something. An event space would be great.
Yeah, it's 2 levels over there. I just drove by it. It's really nice.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Oh, there is one question in the chat. Sorry, Cheryl, you can unmute and ask that question. So you're asking about who can use it and how advertised?
Yeah.
So that sounds like that would,
Okay, okay, so I understand what a columbarium is. But you're having something and you have different religious groups. And also you have, how is it advertised and who has access? Because we cannot favor any particular religion. So I'm wondering how is this being presented on who could use it and if they have to pay a fee? Those are my concerns.
So the sales, from what I understand, so through the state, through the application process,
Mhm.
if you're going to apply to offer funerary services, there is a list of like 15 items, specific items. And as a funerary authority, you sell pre-arrangement sales. And so that you only have to actually do like 7 of them, and that's how you structure your business. You can do the transportation. There's the niche actually, but not everybody wants a niche, right? And then there's multiple families. I mean, you can design the columbarium however you want it to look like. I called Columbarium USA. They're the ones that build the columbariums out of different materials and all that. And they said they also come and install it. They said a good number to go by is between $800 and $1,000 per niche. And then you can go up, and then there's different parameters and nuances that go along with the guidelines to develop a cemetery. It's really interesting, but you can make it as custom as you want. I mean, and it would depend on as far as different religions or walks of life. I mean, they could buy into to develop their own columbarium. I mean, that's totally, I mean, if that's what the owners of the cemetery parcel would allow or want, they could do it,
so-
it's more of an investment thing. One other portion of that is you have to have a trustee account in the amount of $25,000 as a startup, but that could be a promissory note to get started.
So what I'm hearing here, so to clarify some of this, the columbarium that you're proposing, Cheryl, this isn't something that would have the restrictions of the West Side Improvement Club. This is not a club project, and therefore it doesn't have the restrictions that it has to, as far as religions or anything like that is what, but that being said, it doesn't have to be exclusive to one religion or another, because as Gina's pointing out, the niches in the columbariums can be personalized. I know Hindu folks, for example, cremation is very, very common in India, and cenotaphs and columbariums are the preferred method of honoring the dead. So yeah, there's lots of, there's lots of options here, and there's nothing exclusive at this point. Doesn't need to be, but even if it was, the exclusivity problems of the club would not apply, because this is not a club project.
And well, the thing is that somehow if the club's name is going to be linked to it, it depends upon, I'm not quite understanding the ownership. Are we just investing? But if our club name is going to be used or something, I think we need to look at that a bit.
Gina, are you asking for us to invest as a club?
Not necessarily. I mean, we're just I'm just looking to develop little underdeveloped lots in local neighborhoods.
Yeah, it sounds like, we're not being asked to invest. She's letting us know what she's doing. This is a project that the club might be interested in, members of the club might be interested in, because of our previous interest in that property. Yeah. So
it could be an offering. It could be an
the club's
offering.
name does not need to be associated with it, and we can make that decision further down the road. once the property is being developed. So, yeah, if anyone has any other questions, please see me. I can put you in touch with Gina.
No problem. Thank you.
Has there been any thought of contacting the Navy Yard City Bible Church that's directly behind that area? They've also got a parking lot area that they use right now. It
So-
would be a convenient spot for them.
So there's an option. There's an option there, Gina.
You can develop any property into a cemetery. It just has to have,
I'm just
the
wondering
state has a
whether the-
minimum number of lots and then the county has a different minimum number of lots.
No,
And
what
they're
he's
not that many.
asking is, have you contacted the church that has the adjacent lot?
Yeah, I haven't contacted the church at all now.
Okay.
Might be a good spot to also try.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Gina.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Matthew.
And I'm sharing screen. So let's go back up to finance. Brandy, what you got for us?
Is she there?
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I could see it, but I couldn't stretch out my screen to get it to unmute. So sorry about that. Okay, finance. Let's see. Let's go with the bingo. So as of today, May 1st, 2023, the balance in the checking account is $29,762.01. Let's see, that includes just the day-to-day operations of bingo and kitchen. There was no major.
Hey,
purchases.
Brandy,
Oh, yeah.
I think we may have lost the club. I think the ones at the club are out of the meeting.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
So pause for the cause.
Do. Let's see, where is my Zoom? What is going on? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay. Oh, hide me. Hide me. And selfie. Oh, I can't. Okay. Anyways. Hey, Chandra.
Yep, I'm here.
While I have you on the line, will you look into 4? Will you look into 4 rental deposit refunds? I still have 4 outstanding checks. And 3 of those are from the early parts of this year, actually into November, December. It is for Juan Romeo.
Okay.
Issued check 13155 in the amount of $400, still hasn't been cashed.
Does it have the date of his rental by chance?
See if I have that. Well, let me skip to one that I do have. Alexandra Mendez. Rental August 26, 28. I'm assuming of 2023. check was mailed in January of 2023 for $400, and then that still hasn't been cashed.
What was the last name on that one?
Mendoza, Mendoza.
And that check number?
13183. It's Alejandra,
Uh-huh.
$400.
That's the same one, Mendoza?
Oh, that's the first one. And then you want the second one?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Second one is Randolph Ellison, Ellison. Date, I don't have the date of the rental. But you had signed in to issue a check. This one's actually from May of 2022.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. $400. Looks like they paid via PayPal on December 6, 2021. Rental date was left blank. So I don't know if I should just, I don't know what to do with it. And then one more is the Oxford House, chapter 12. Again, that was May 2022. Check number 13021.
Okay. Does the Oxford House, does that have a name on there by chance?
It doesn't. It was
Okay.
payable to Oxford House. I could maybe find some more paperwork, but
I'll go look in my binder. I'll head over to the club tomorrow when Connor's back in school, and can check into all that tomorrow. Which is me.
okay. Just let me know if I need to do a stop payment and reissue check, or if they want another rental or whatever, but I just have those on the books.
Okay, and then did you get the newest ones that I put in the box?
Was that last week?
Yes.
Yeah, those are check was issued and cleared, I believe.
Perfect. Okay.
They were issued, you know that. Oh, actually, I can tell you right now. Andres Romas Matias, that was cleared, and I thought there was another one. Maybe that one hasn't cleared. Maybe that's the Juan Romero. That could be.
Okay, yeah, because I believe Juan Romero, he's been asking about his check, so that's where.
Okay, so yeah, so that one was mailed along with Matias, and Matias is cleared, Juan has not.
Okay, perfect.
All right, cool. Keep meaning to ask you about those, and it kept falling off my. Kept
Perfect
getting stuff
timing.
down there. All right, so is everybody back on, or?
Yep, I believe so. Are you guys back, Matthew?
Oh, did they drop off again? Oh wait.
Oh, no. Nope, there he is.
Okay.
Yeah, we just swapped out so we wouldn't have feedback. We are back on the air. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Okay. So let me start with, I'll do with raffle. Raffle's easiest. Okay, so can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so raffle balance as of May 1st today in the checking account is $2,711.13. There'll be some expenses that I'll have to take out of the raffle account because they were using the bingo card. So I'll have to do a transfer, and that looks like about $1,300 will be coming out of that from raffle into bingo with the expenses that they have.
I have a question.
Yep.
What expenses would they have if that 50-50, it's just straight across at the end of the night, they get half of the pot?
It's my understanding they've been buying prizes, buying
But that-
scratch tickets.
But that's not 50-50.
Yeah.
The 50-50 is a cash only.
Well, does that mean that if they've been getting prizes, are the prizes costing less than 50% of the pot? In which case, good job.
We'd have to ask bingo about that because they're the ones who are spending the money.
Yeah.
So I have the first quarter, is bingo on here? Is somebody from bingo representing bingo?
I don't see anybody.
Okay,
She's getting x-rayed.
okay, so give me a minute and I'll give you the, I just submitted all the quarterly reports for all the state agencies, the 941 federal taxes, Department of Revenue, Employment Security, Family Paid Medical Leave Act, Kitsap County property taxes, club annual insurance. Those have all been paid and cleared, as well as the first quarter for gambling commission for the raffle and bingo. So raffle, up on my pages. Hold on.
Well, do they buy for the cash
So for
prizes for
January-
bingo? Do they use gift cards?
I think they're using gift cards, scratch offs. I'm not quite sure if they're using actual product or not.
No.
But according to the what they reported for the first quarter to the and what I reported to the gambling commission is that the gross gambling receipts totaled $3,066. So of the raffle from January to end of March, they've collected $3,066 from those raffle sales. And of that, they awarded $1,445 in prizes. So with that being said, it's more than just a cash prize, because I know, like I said, they've been doing, the expenses was for scratch offs or gift cards. So the profit for the first quarter for raffle was $1,621.
So my question is, so when they play bingo and they win the bingo, they get a check or they get cash, right?
Correct.
Then why aren't they doing that for the 50-50, which is supposed to be that? They could be using those scratch off tickets and that kind of stuff for bingo instead.
Yeah, I can't answer that question. I wish Teresa or Shonda was here.
Because the whole purpose of the 50-50 is is to give them a cash prize from the pot, from how much they
Yeah.
made that night.
It
So
sounds
then
like, yeah, we need to have representation from bingo here, and we won't be able to get these questions answered until we have representation from bingo.
As long as we're not in violation of the gambling commission.
It sounds like they're doing their own damn thing.
Oh, I agree. It does sound like that. All right. Anything else, Brandy?
And then I'll go to, that's what I have to report for raffle. For bingo, the balance in the checking account is $29,762.01. That includes all of the expenses that I just talked about for the third quarter, or excuse me, the first quarter, which is our all of our business and personnel payroll taxes were taken out, as well as the annual club insurance. That check is the only one that has not cleared out of all of the federal taxes. Property taxes is cleared out of that 29,000. Just so you know, our annual insurance for the club is $4,970. So that's the only outstanding check for bingo as of today.
All right.
General account, checking account balance as of today is $1,503.80. No major expenses, just the day-to-day operating expenses. Let's see. I did notice that the March waste management garbage bill was high, and it looks like that there was two $160 violation fees. So I'm assuming it, I think that had to do with us being, there was cars parked, so they couldn't empty the garbage. I think that's what I remember hearing. So just FYI, that was on that bill, and that's why if you look at the expenses, when I finalize these and get these off to the secretary, you'll see that big charge, and it's because we had two fees because of that. CDs today with 8 CDs we have for the club. Interest earned year to date $144.74. Total balance $222,946.55. Working capital and bingo is $1,200. Petty cash for bingo and kitchen is $1,000. And then I have 500 here for change switch out for the week. So with the working capital, bingo, general account, raffle, and the CDs, the total club net worth is $258,723.49. And finance will be meeting next Monday to go over the year-to-date first quarter balance against the budget. So we got a good conversation that we need to have next week, and then hopefully have some solution to bring forth to the membership next meeting.
Excellent. All right, so that the finance committee is meeting then. Wasn't there a plan to meet with the bingo management? Do we have a date set for that? Or was finance waiting until after they finish their audit before they set a meeting?
I think that's what we were originally doing, and waiting for me to get the final numbers. So I have those final numbers now.
Okay.
So at any time we can sit down with bingo and go over bingo as a whole, and then bingo, raffle, and the kitchen.
Okay.
And then same with the general account, which is the membership and hall rental and events.
Okay. So you'd be meeting with the management of each of these areas individually. The kitchen would be separate from bingo. I know that obviously most of the work that they do is for bingo, but are we meeting? I suppose we should meet with, what's his name, Jeremy?
I think it would be beneficial to have the kitchen crew there with the bingo crew with kitchen, just because bingo runs it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And who else needs to be at that meeting? So we would have you, anyone else on the finance committee that's going to be going to that?
Well, this is Chandra, as the executive director. I'll also be there.
All right. Do I need to be there?
And
Or
I
would
will
you-
be there.
Oh,
Sally.
Sally, good.
I would prefer the president to be there.
Yeah, I was gonna
There's gotta be
say,
there's got to be some things that have to bring forward to the board. So, and to the
Yeah.
membership.
okay. Yeah, keep me posted on when you want to have that meeting.
Okay.
I'll reach out on GroupMe and we'll set something up. I did have something I wanted to add to the finance. There is currently on QuickBooks, we have the rental managers. And there is a balance right now currently of $1,492.84 that will soon be transferred into general, minus the $400 that goes out to the refundable deposits. So wanted to give you the current balance to add to the finance report.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I can tell you that bingo I can go into the, do a quick bingo report if you want.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
I was crunching the numbers for first quarter for bingo, and so attendance for January, we had 796 people. I don't know if that's the right term. Players, maybe, I don't know.
Players,
Participants. So 796 for January, a little low in February of 624. But at the end of March, we had 831
Great.
people. Yeah. And let's see, they collected in January $52,319.50 in January. In a little low based on attendance, which you can kind of assume that in February they collected $42,075, so a little less. And then in March, they were back up and exceeded January. And again, that's not surprising based on the attendance. So in March, they brought in $58,417. And then I can tell you that the payout has been about 50%. So January's payout was a little over 33,000, maybe not quite 50%. And then in February payout was $28,253. And then March payout was $36,416. So yeah, bingo's getting attendance up, and it's doing good. And I already reported what the gambling or the raffle was.
Excellent.
And Dauber sales, that's the other thing that they track. So Dauber sales in January was about $350, February $245, and then in March $428. So there you go.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. And I lost my screen share. What is next? Yeah, I don't have the document up. Oh, great. Who's using Chrome? Wait. Yes, restore pages. There we go.
Okay, it's events, but I got somebody at the door, so I will be right back unless Sally, you want to give them a heads up about the Mad Hatter Tea Party.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mad Hatter Tea Party. We had a work party on Friday. There's going to be another one this coming Friday. There's approximately, let's see, approximately about 9 people have signed up so far. We're hoping for more people to come in. The theme is the Alice in Wonderland. We're working. Shanda has made a door, a cover for the door that looks like a big door with the big nose, and as the handle of the door is the nose, and then there's the keyhole that's all for them to climb through.
I can't wait to see this.
That's
yeah.
very cute.
Yeah.
That's very cute.
So Chandra and Cheryl have brought so much phenomenal stuff. Susie also came to came and helped. Let's see what else is going on. We're hoping for more people to be coming. So spread the word. There's a few laminated sheets about, advertising it, and on the table at the end of the room, at the end, underneath the bulletin board. So if you want to take one of those and put them out and get the information out, since it's only 5 days away. But they have laminated advertisements that you can put out. They've advertised on Peachtree, but I don't know if it's gone out to the schools. It's supposed to have gone out.
Chandra, her kids go to Crown Hill and she said she hasn't seen it.
No, apparently, yeah, we're still struggling with getting everything in line for Peach Jar. So apparently,
We might have to go
I
ask
did
the
have that,
office.
I sent it in today at the last documentation that they required. So hopefully
yeah,
we'll put it out today or tomorrow or the next day.
Okay, and then Macaroni Kids, Kitsap. They tend to have Saturday events posted on Saturday, so I don't think people plan. It's more of a last minute, like, oh, hey, here are the events coming today.
yeah, because you guys don't plan ahead,
No, they always announce it the day of, and
right?
I mean, unless you go searching for it. So Macaroni Kids Kitsap is really good, but
Yeah, okay,
Put behind.
Yeah.
all right. So hopefully we won't have any other issues with Peach Jar.
So
I guess
Chandra,
that goes-
it's all yours.
I guess that goes right into publicity.
So yes, the publicity, we've been using Valpak, which we are going to reassess that one for the next quarter. There have been a couple things that have been kind of hiccups. They're sending us their proofs like the day that they want them approved and not giving us any time to really look things over and discuss it before they're going to print. So there have been a couple little hiccups there. However, Bingo has seen a huge influx. They've been bringing the coupons in and they've been keeping track of them. And so they have seen, and then we also had somebody sign up today because she saw it for the artisan marketplace because she saw the advertisement in Valpak. So it is working. Peach Jar, we needed to update our insurance and then they needed to see our status, our 501c3 status. And so that has been updated. And so hopefully we will get those sent out this week. We've also have Facebook and the website. I have signs that I have created in Valpak, but I'm waiting to purchase those until we had a little bit more funds. But yeah, and then the newsletter went out and I'm trying to get that one done every 3 months. So yeah, hopefully, I think that's everything for publicity.
Okay, and
that's all on the website too.
okay. Just for the record, Abron, I talked with him. He apologized for his part of that, sending it out on the day he needed the proof approved. That was his bad. He said that because we are quarterly and most of his other customers are monthly, it does slip his mind from time to time. So we might want to send him a reminder.
Do that.
Yeah. Or we could always just switch to monthly, but probably want to continue to see the benefits on a quarterly basis before we do that.
Yeah. But as far as ticket sales,
So
Mhm.
not a lot of last minute changes.
Yeah. All right, what's next? I can't, oh, but I can move this. Okay, sorry. Let's see, community development, Viewpoint Park.
Oh, for the tea party, can we put out the A-frames like you guys do with, or do we not have A-frames?
Yeah, we've got the A-frames.
we just don't have signs created yet.
Yeah,
That can be
so
something
yeah,
we can take care of at the work party, but yeah,
signs will be created for yes, they'll have the A-frames up, they'll have signs created.
Yeah. Because they're right in there.
Please see the events committee if you'd like to make signs for them.
yes, but we are having a work party this Friday. Anybody
You
who
guys
wants
hear
to
that?
come,
Work party this Friday.
it's
Yeah.
basically, some crafts, some signs. And it's going to be set up for the the event on Saturday. So
Excellent.
bring your mothers, bring your wives, bring your grandchildren.
All right.
I'm gonna be helping.
Viewpoint Park.
I got a quick question. I stopped in at the Viewpoint Park and there is a lot of debris that drops off. So if we can get any club members to, when they are in the area, drop by and help spruce it up, pick up stuff and put it in the garbage can. Would help
Yes.
If you had a little grabber, you could walk around. And it is being utilized during the week. A lot of people.
Excellent.
Who, do we have anybody tending to the gates?
Parks Department.
No.
No?
Waste management.
It was, our. The lady who.
Debbie,
Debbie?
Had been doing it. She wanted to find out which day the pickup was. So she can drop by with her pickup. She goes down with her mower and mows the area and also weed whacks. And if. But the day of the pickup for the garbage, normally she brings it up with her pickup and drops it into the garbage.
Wow.
Otherwise,
It's
if
not.
you have waste management picking it up, it's a separate charge.
Mhm.
And they don't have a key to the gate, so.
Who has been opening and closing the gate?
Howdy does.
I don't know why, but for some reason you guys are really quiet now. Let me see. I
So
can
somebody is opening and closing the park.
I know, yes.
say that again, Chandra.
I was asking if we have anybody opening and closing the gates.
It has been open. Oh,
Yes, I'm trying to remember who it was that volunteered last time, because last meeting we asked for volunteers and someone said that they would.
And the same thing was brought up, making him or the person a member too.
Yeah.
For the volunteer.
should be in the notes.
Should be in the minutes.
And then also, speaking of Debbie Kerr, she has been wondering about the flagpole. And how we can get a flag back up on that pole. She is willing to donate funds to get that situated. If anybody knows, the last time I called around about a flagpole repair or visit, they would have to drop the pole down, lay it down, and it was a big ordeal. So if anybody has any better information about that, I would love to hear it.
Got two bolts in the
Got
bottom.
two
You have
bolts, you
to-
take the two bottom
And
bolts.
you have
on,
to have
lay
it
it
come
down.
along to ease the pole down, lay it down on the thing. We also need to remove the phone line that's out there, 'cause we use a cellular phone now.
All right, so when are we doing this?
I don't know. I don't have the wrenches anymore. They're all were destroyed in the house fire.
Okay, so we need to get new wrenches, and they probably need to be, if this is a club stewardship, we should probably be storing the wrenches here.
Janitor is
What
also.
type of wrenches are they? Are they star
Hex.
hex wrenches?
It's nut of that big around that goes through the bottom of the
It's
pole.
about a 1 inch.
One of them has to be taken off, one has to be loosened. You have to use a cable come along to
Lower it
drop the
down.
pole down so you can work on it. And the pulley on the top of the pole, the shiv is off, so it needs to either have a new one or also a new cable or a line going up to the flag. And that
Okay.
was one of the problems. They were vandals and ended up cutting the line. And so we moved the connection for the line halfway up the pole, so you have to have a step ladder to raise and lower the flag.
Right. Okay, so it sounds like what we need to do is get a work party together to go assess the state of the pole and what needs to be done to repair it. Like you said, we need new tools and we need new parts,
Probably.
probably, for the pulley. So
With all of the flags having to go at half mast, it's a major chore to do that because every month seems to be a ruling going around that you have to lower the flag. And we don't have a light for the flag right now.
All right, so who is interested in joining me in assessing the damage of this pole?
We have a flag outside.
No, there's no flag, no light either.
So this is at the park then?
No, right.
We're talking about the one,
So,
They're both, right?
are we talking about a flag pole at Viewpoint Park? Or are we talking
No,
about
here at the
here,
club.
here at the club?
Okay.
All right, I was also confused there, Madam Secretary. So
Nope.
you probably want to
Right.
move this topic to someplace else outside of Viewpoint Park.
My apologies. It
I have
was
a
just 'cause
question.
Debbie Kerb's name was brought up.
Yeah,
That's more for building improvement, I guess. Sorry, go ahead. You had
yeah,
a
put
question.
that up on building improvement. And yeah, I guess I'll check my hex, my Allen wrenches.
makes a big socket.
I think it's about a 1-inch socket, if I remember looking at it.
All right.
Or
Yeah.
open-ended, when I open it.
I'll go check it out. So put that one in there with a reminder going to me. Wait, no, I'll do the reminder.
Deborah Kerr had also said she had contacted the county for the Viewpoint Park, for the rain garden that they were trying to put in down there. And I
Yes.
don't know what the status is, whether the county is proceeding on it yet or not.
Okay,
They've got all of the berry vines cut back, but right now the berry vines are starting to come back up, so they'll have to be trimmed again. And
all right.
they cleaned the drain basin down at the bottom of the park. And it looks like they removed the boulder that was down in the water pit. So something has been done. A reason that the boulder got in there is the vandals tried to swipe the metal grate that was over the well. And it weighs about 140 pounds.
I'm assigning this task to myself. There, done.
Anyway. They got a new grate, the grate is uncovered. Only thing that protected it for the last 8 years was buried the grate under berry vines.
Moving on. Community garden. We don't have a representative of the community garden here, but you can see their progress.
They got a lot of rounds out there.
Yeah, so talk to the homeschoolers. If you need contact, you want to help them out, let me know. I'll put you in touch with them. We have a community garden group me. Sunshine Committee. Now Kayla has taken on the responsibility, or at least she volunteered to, of the Sunshine Committee. I'm sure she's still stepping into that role, but I think it's worth noting that the previous, you may recall, the previous holder of the chair of the Sunshine Committee stepped down for personal reasons. Well, now it can be publicly known why. Her husband just passed away. He lost a battle with cancer. So I would like to note the Sunshine Committee should probably send a note to Rose Gunsel.
And Bingo has sent them flowers as well. They asked permission, and so we did send Rose and her family flowers for condolences.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. That family was helping us out when this club was worse off than it is now. And I know that's impressive from time to time.
During the pandemic.
Yes. All right.
He's still on community garden.
We skipped over it because there's no representative. What did you want to say about it?
Well, I was in back of the building before the meeting.
Oh, yes, go
cutting
ahead.
The berry vines off, that the neighbor in behind or the one on the end
Mhm.
has mowed the berry vines down halfway behind the building.
Okay,
All of the stuff dropped down into the back of the building. I went and trimmed the pieces and dropped them down on the asphalt,
mm-hmm.
but they're also from the middle of the building to the far end. Berry vines are in the gutter on the flat roof. So that needs to be trimmed, and all of the berry vines that are back there need to be bundled up or thrown in the dumpster. Or,
Well, isn't 2 more weeks of flood cleanup?
I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like something to be handled at the club cleanup.
We need to move all of the stuff for the garden
Third Saturday.
out from behind there. You've got a tumble barrel
Is it?
and a couple of washing bins back there need to be taken out, and a 50-gallon water collection barrel also is back there, needs to be moved out. Whether
Okay.
we want to move them down to the garden or have the garden people look at it, what they want to do, or we need to get the barrels and the tumbler thing out of the back of the building so you can get back there and clean it up.
So the issue here is that this will be dealt with at the club cleanup, so we will let the the community garden committee know to come to the club cleanup and that there may be resources for the garden available at that time.
And it needs to be moved out so we can clean behind the building.
What time is the club cleanup?
Do we have a date for that yet?
As you said, third Saturday.
I have a question. Have we let the other groups know that usually help us that we're doing a cleanup? Which, what it was it, the Navy guys or?
It was the
Treasure hunt.
cadets. The
Well, the
cadets, but
cadets?
you had to schedule them quite a bit in advance for
Like
planning.
six
Right,
months in
did we do
advance.
that?
I'm not sure.
So-
I just did a
And then
chat about
and then
asking that.
Susan said something about the Boy Scouts helping at one time.
The cadets have not been part of the club cleanup in a couple of years. So we can make a note that, to contact them, but yes, they usually have to be scheduled months in advance. It's, we could be working on to get that tradition back on board for next year. And as far as the Boy Scouts, if you know any Boy Scouts, definitely. But, at this time, the troop that we have chartered consists of one boy.
There's another one and a grandson, but
Yeah,
it's,
Minimum.
it's in the works. The scout building is owned by the city. It needs a new roof and there's no heat, which is why we haven't been meeting there. We do meet on hikes.
excellent.
But the city has inspected it. They plan on getting some work done. The building
Excellent. All right.
porch had a fire from a homeless tent. So
Oh,
it was like melted plastic on it. So it's maintaining the building and connecting with the city.
yeah. So, we don't have a date yet for the club cleanup.
It's usually in May.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what
So,
she said. That's
now.
what she said, Third week, third Saturday, I thought she said.
Third Saturday?
That's
Do
what I
not
said,
have a
that's what
cleanup
I said.
party scheduled as of yet.
Okay, so events committee, I know you've got your hands full, but let's get a date for the club cleanup. If we need to move the club cleanup to July to get the proper ramp up, I don't think that would be a disaster.
Don't forget search and rescue too, because they come over. and
Yeah,
participate.
yeah, let's take the time to do it right. All right,
Yes,
kitchen committee, we do not have a representative. The kitchen committee will be meeting with bingo with the finance committee to discuss staying in the black.
Mhm.
This brings us to new business, which we've already had the new business from Gina Schultz. Very grateful for that. Again, anyone who wants to know about that, let me know and I can put you in touch with Gina. Unfinished business. Greg,
I was supposed to get in contact with Cheryl, and I apologize for not doing it, regarding the furniture that we were going to propose to put back in this corner over here. What we were gonna check out and ask to see if the bingo people or the members even want furniture to be in this club, if it's a necessity. And if the bingo people would rather not have it.
The rental manager, we probably have to, because the rental manager, a lot of times, got to everything wall to wall out of here,
no place to store it.
and no place to store it, so I think that that'd
It
be
just
hard.
might be more of a hassle than it's. And it'd be a nice consideration, but I'm just thinking it may not be. I think it'd be easy enough to be able to get some furniture in here at a decent price. But I just.
Yeah.
Can I redirect my thoughts on this furniture inside?
Mhm.
I just did a little walkthrough down here to this big tree down here. It's a perfect little area for a picnic place for the homeschool people and Cub Scouts or whatever. Right down here in the parking lot. And I think, I'm willing to take on, the fact that maybe, weed whack it or whatever it needs to do to get cleaned up. I think some picnic furniture down there would be. Really, what is the club for? It's for utilization for the community. And I just think it could be a nice little area right down there.
You can anchor it down so they disappear.
Well, there's already concrete blocks down there and also disrupted asphalt from the roots from the tree. So we'd have to level it or raise the whole area again, put it under. And also there used to be a water faucet at the same area, and there's a big pipe or a concrete pipe on the end with a cutoff pipe inside it. That would have to be removed also for level. Otherwise, it's safety hazard.
Were you able to put in a water spigot down there?
No, because when they added onto the building, they cut the water line to the park area. Used to be a water fountain down in the garden area at one time. And it was right outside the kitchen door here. Last year, I got a connection to it, hooked the pipe or a hose to it, and I flooded the kitchen because the pipe had been cut off in the kitchen wall. We don't have water pipes down there.
All right. So
No. We have some furniture out there in the lean-to.
we've been talking for a while about renovating our storage. It sounds like we need to renovate the storage before we need to have places when furniture needs to be moved around. We need a place to put it. So I think we'll revisit that once we've.
Bonnie spot should be a good thing to put way back, the back parking lot. Get and store things in.
Yeah. Here's a thought. That would simplify all of our storage issues.
They're not real expensive.
Except can't put them in the upper parking lot because the garbage truck doesn't know how to back up to get out of
No,
the.
but I mean, it's down in the lower parking lot.
There's plenty of space in the lower parking lot. That's something, let's put that on the agenda for the board meeting to consider pricing out a Connex box.
You put that down there and store everything you want to put in
Only,
there.
only problem with that, it's an unheated storage thing. So any of the stuff you got for decorations can't go in.
That's
that
stuff for the board to consider because, I mean, there's stuff that can be in unheated storage, the stuff that can't would be in here. So, yeah,
Majority of stuff can be. It's
Mhm.
all right,
We're still on new business.
we're on unfinished.
Okay.
Did you have,
I had made an offer to restripe the parking lot. I stopped at Lowe's. Price of the striping paint for our striping machine is $39.98 for a 6-can pack. Last year or 2 years ago, when I striped a lot, it took 10 cans, which is a case and a half. And I ended up buying 2 cases, so it'd be essentially $40 a case, so $80 some plus tax comes to about $90. And it would be white paint. I've got some yellow paint for the Foursquare and the hopscotch that is out front. Probably need 2 cans of yellow. We can also paint that. And the question is, are we going to restripe the basketball court? I did before,
Yes,
but
it would be
that was
restriping the basketball court. Yes, the answer is yes. All right,
fine. Anyway, am I authorized to buy 2 cases of the striping paint for our machine? I took the machine home, cleaned it so it would be workable again. And Lowe's has the,
is that a motion?
I move it, authorize the $100 not to exceed $100 to get the materials.
We have a motion on the table. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
one thing, if we have our work party, we need to have the parking lot swept, at least where the parking line or the parking space lines are at. And if anybody has enough energy to run a pressure washer, carefully check to see if we can pressure wash without losing the asphalt. Because the asphalt's old, it's got a lot of cracks in it. Or do we just want to use a bristle broom?
All right, so that's something to consider. We can put that on the agenda for the work party, that the parking lot needs to be swept for the work party so that it can be restriped.
Yeah.
All right, we still have a motion on the table. Yes, it's been seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Anyone opposed?
We got a question. Will the barricade gate or wires be put up in the next couple of months or weeks?
Right.
Now,
Today, they will be put up within the next 24 hours.
has there been any discussion on
We've
what
got
we're
a
going to
motion
do?
to finish.
What? No, well, I'm sorry, there were. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Now talk about it.
Okay. So yeah, the chain will be up in the next 24 hours.
Question on that. What are we doing with the voting box out here then?
Nothing.
Are
The
we
voting
going-
people have already contacted me. The fact that the parking lot is still open on the other side is enough. It is also accessible by walking. It is accessible that the chains, people have the option of taking the chain down. They can walk up and do that. So I told them that they're
No
fine.
problem. Okay.
Okay. Anything else for unfinished business? This brings us to our raffle. Let me pull that up. Wheel of names.
It's your turn.
All right. Wait, we had. Sorry, I'm checking the comments in the chat. I didn't realize how many I'd missed. All right. Click to spin or press Control Enter. I'm going to click. And we do 3 spins. If the person isn't present, then no one wins. Leslie Noble. All right. Oh, just missed John Becker and went to Joanna Bennett. That was so close. This is tense, people.
Maybe this time.
Don Henry.
Not on. Nobody won.
Nobody won.
Good job. Remember to keep track of the names that were called so that we can put it in the newsletter.
She's got them right there. Do we have anyone willing to sign up for snacks for next month? Will you bring snacks, Greg?
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
did last month.
Greg Mitchell will be bringing the snacks. All right, and please, let's get members of the club in here. If you know anyone who hasn't been to a meeting in a while. I know COVID was devastating for all of us. It threw everything for a loop. But getting the members back in here, you can see we're working out our systems. You can hear the people who are on Zoom, right? We can see the people who are on Zoom. I know a lot of people have been leery of meetings with Zoom. We're making it work.
Will there be somebody else playing coffee?
Yeah, I think that we'll figure out something for coffee. I don't do coffee either, but I think I know, I think I can get the machine to work.
I mean, yeah, and we can supply, the club can do the coffee, tea, and ciders.
You did that last month.
Cider too. Sounds exciting. All right. Anything else for the good of the club?
Are we meeting then during the summer? Is that, I think that was kind of like.
Oh, we had
Board
talked
meetings.
about having a picnic at the Viewpoint Park.
So that's something to take to the events committee. Yeah.
I thought it was already scheduled. 'cause I
What
asked
is
about it.
there a picnic at Viewpoint Park that's on the schedule?
The first week in July, I believe, is where we had talked about doing a potential picnic area.
Oh, yeah, for our potluck.
Yes.
Okay,
The first Monday?
first
Well,
weekend.
the first weekend,
The
first
first,
Saturday.
I believe it's July 1st. It's right before 4th of July.
During the horseshoe tournaments
Yeah.
in the photo shoot.
Don't you hate it when two important events fall on the same day?
Always.
All right, anything else for the good of the club?
I move it to Monday. I think
Talk to
that-
events. All right. We are adjourned. I'm not waiting for somebody to make a motion.
Good night, everybody.
I'm busy on the first,
Model number of your
so-
projector. A Conier?
Yeah, Roconia.
Because NARP is looking at buying one for about $500 and some dollars.
Cool.
And-
See,
and
because
they're
they have
good, so I
problems
need
with it
a shirt for-
being bright enough